The next morning, Sir Topham Hatt arrived to the sheds, but Thomas was still asleep. Thomas? Thomas? Thomas! What? I'm awake, said Thomas. Sir? Yes, Thomas. I need you to shunt Gordon's coaches. Then I need you to help Percy and Duck show some new engines around. But I wanted to say that they're all new engines. I would say that most of them are, but anyways, well, of course. Yes, sir, said Thomas, and he puffed away. This time, Thomas wasn't really shunting Gordon's coaches. He was shunting them for Oliver. Oliver, what are you doing here? Said Thomas. Gordon's out of coal and water, so I'm his replacement. Okay then, said Thomas, as he shunted the coaches. Thank you, said Oliver, as he puffed off. You're welcome, said Thomas. Soon, when Thomas arrived at the docks, he saw tons of new engines. Some big, some small, some stood on flatbeds. Yes, my name is Blue, said a car. I'm JJ. Sorry, said the fire truck. I'm trying to remember my name, but it's so hard to remember. Oh, right. The name's Zachary. I'm Ben. Wait a minute. You're that same engine I met when I was pulling my coaches. Of course, said Ben. And I'm Jerry, said the blue truck. He's not really a troublesome truck, said Duck. He's a nice one. That's right, said Jerry. Well, it's glad to meet all of you, said Thomas. Meanwhile, let's get you guys to your destinations. And Thomas buffered up to the flatbeds. And Duck shunted Jerry up at the back. And they all puffed away. When they returned, when they were done in the sheds, Thomas and Percy told Jerry about Toby's story. Oh, we're gonna have to look hard for the great turkey, said Jerry. Of course, said Percy. Oh, you can't tell Sir Topham Hatt, said Thomas. This is something really important. Toby, and I forgot to tell you that Toby also said that the great turkey comes every Thanksgiving, so he must be here for Thanksgiving. Well, what are we waiting for, said Percy. Let's look for it. Of course, said Jerry. And the 3 engines puffed off. So, said Thomas, Toby told me that his legend was that we have to look for the engine that pulled the coaches that the Great Turkey and the man used to ride in. Of course, said Jerry. So they all started looking. They kept looking and looking, but they couldn't find the engine. Well, where's this engine? Asked Jerry. Toby said that she had an accident. And yeah, I never knew she was a she. Just then there was trouble. Thomas was puffing down an old ramp line, and he didn't know that the tracks up ahead were broken. Thomas, stop! Cried Jerry. Huh? Oh no! Cried Thomas. He screeched on his brakes. He braked hard, but it was too late. Oh no! Cried Thomas. Quickly, Jerry! Help me! Cried Percy. I can't, I'm a truck, said Jerry. Oh, said Percy. Somebody help me! Cried Thomas, but it was already too late. Percy pulled so hard that the coupling between Thomas and Jerry broke. Ah! 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 Cried Thomas as he fell down. Ah! Whoa, 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 ow, ah, ah, ow, ow, ah, oof, oof, ha, wah, ah. Whoa, 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 whoa! Ow! Ooh! Ah! 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 Oh no! Oh no! I'm gonna crash! Ah! Ah! Oh! Ah! Ow! Ah! 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 No! Ah! 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 Ow! Oh! Ow! Ooh! Frizzling fireboxes. What a fall. Just then, Thomas couldn't believe it. I know who it is. It's Lady. Just then, Lady opened one eye to find a little blue tank engine standing in front of him. It's over. Thomas, is that you? Yes, it's me, said Thomas. It's been so long, said Lady. What are you doing here? Said Thomas. Well, while I was working on at training time, I had to pull some coaches with a man and a turkey inside. But then I crashed. The man died, but not the turkey. And I've been here for a few months. Wait a minute, said Thomas. That's because you're the engine. That crashed. That's right, said the lady. Oh, don't worry. I'll get you back onto the rails, said Thomas. Just then, Percy and Jerry arrived. Thank goodness you're safe, Thomas, said Percy. Who's that? Asked Jerry. It's Lady, said Thomas. Me, Percy, and everyone else had seen her before except you. Nice to meet you, Lady. I'm Jerry, and eager to be a kind truck. Nice to meet you too, Jerry, said Lady. Hold on, I'll pull you back onto the rails, said Thomas. So the engines helped Lady to get back onto the rails. It's good to finally move my wheels again, said Lady. Now, come on, said Thomas. We have to look for the great turkey. I suppose you know where he went, said Jerry. Yes, said Lady. He went further down the line. But since you're running backwards, don't worry. I'll be sure to guide you. Okay, said Thomas. And he pulled Lady as Percy, who was also pulling Jerry, followed behind. Now, where did you crash? Said Percy. Back up there, said Lady. And we've got to find a way to get back up there, said Thomas. That gives me an idea. I think that, Lady, is there an old line to get back up there? Yes, said Lady. I'll guide you to it. Okay, said Percy. So the engines followed Lady. Soon they finally got back up to where Lady and Thomas had both had their accidents. Here we are, said Lady. If only I had some cold water. Don't worry, said Jerry. Me and Percy will find some coal. And some water. And they both left. And they returned with lots of coal inside of Jerry, and lots of water in water bottles inside Percy's cab. They gave it all to Lady, and then Lady had enough steam. Thank you, you guys, said Lady. Oh, thanks, said Thomas. Now let's find that great turkey. And the four friends puffed off to find the great turkey.